right now we're focused on Friday night's game, the Toronto Rock hosting the Wings. We check in for our coaches for Philadelphia, for John Tucker. John, are you with us?
I am.
Hey, John, thank you. And for the Toronto Rock, we check for Terry Sanderson. Terry, are you there?
I'm on board, Doug.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks very much. John, looking obviously for both teams, your last matchup was against each other. That was a 16-13 Toronto win in Philadelphia this past weekend. John, Wings coming into this weekend at 4-5. Your thoughts on what areas of the game you'd like to adjust in order to, in hopes of a better outcome this time around.
I think, certainly it's obvious to everyone we need to start better. To fall in a 5-0 hole against a great team was not what we had in mind. So spending most of the game trying to catch them was a difficult task. And so we'll concentrate on our pregame, our practice and pregame warm-up and some of the motivational things to get them going at the start of the game. I thought overall we played pretty well, and we made some big mistakes at critical times, which cost us. And like I said earlier, against a good team, you can't afford that. So we're going to have to clean it up, take care of the ball, make sure that we continue to shoot the ball well, and we'll see what happens.
And John, certainly, I'm sure you're hoping to see a repeat of the pattern we've been seeing with your team in that, you've struggled at home, but then you go on the road and the team seems to play great. This happened with the last two games against Buffalo, and here again you lose to Toronto at home, and now you have a chance for redemption at their place. Have you been able to put a finger on this trend that we've seen from your team so far this season?
No, our goal all year, coming into the season was to take care of our business at home, and we haven't done a good job of that at all. In terms of trying to locate an issue, I'm not sure what it is. We're trying to turn over every rock to figure out what our differences are. But I can tell you that one thing for sure. I think that there are a lot of distractions when we play at home, and sometimes it's nice to get on the road and kind of bond together as a team and focus in on what we have to do and only the game. So we hope to continue that solid trend of good away play.
Okay. Thanks, John. Terry, from the Toronto perspective on things, certainly pleased to get a road win. You're 8-2. The only thing I noticed about this game, 13 goals allowed after in your last 5 games. All those games, the Rock allowed no more than 9 goals. So maybe if you could speak to that a little bit, and what other, if any, other areas you'll be looking for improvement in come Friday.
Well, one of the problems was, Philadelphia executed very well, especially on their, 6-on-5, which we didn't make the proper adjustments. So I think it had more to do with the Phillies' offense clicking as opposed to, what we attempted to do to stop them, and it wasn't successful. So 13 goals against is not acceptable from our standpoint, but you also have to give credit where credit is due, and I think it was just a matter of time before the Philly offense got going, and they taught us a few things there Saturday night.
Okay, thanks, Terry. Let's go ahead and open up for questions. Friday night's game, Toronto and Philadelphia. We have Terry Sanderson and John Tucker. 8-2 and starting to build a little bit of a lead in the Eastern Division. Is there any challenge involved from the coaching standpoint to kind of keep your players from getting a little too comfortable or complacent with where they are in the standings at this point?
None whatsoever. All they have to do is look at the teams we're close with. Buffalo, Boston. Rosh had a big win last weekend. Philadelphia is just a stone's throw. So anybody think that that's a comfortable lead? I think they need to check things, because this division that we're in, I've never seen anything like it as far as the parity and the talent. So I don't think that would ever be a factor with us.
Okay. And Terry, let's go. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and reopen for questions. Toronto and Philadelphia. This game will be live on TSN2 in Canada, and fans of the U.S. can, of course, watch it online at NLL.com.
Hey, John, this is Marissa and Jemmy from SB Nation. Can you talk about your team's defense this season?
Yeah, we started off well. We've gotten out of sort of our comfort zone, and we're stretching out at times, and in terms of reminding the guys where they need to be, we've been wildly inconsistent the last few games, and it shows up in the scoreboard, and we're paying for a lot of our mistakes. I think overall, if you have to look at the entire body of work, we've had a decent year, but certainly the latest trends are not going in our favor. So, we're going to get back to the basics, play a little bit more physical, and see if we can't turn this thing around to the way it was at the beginning of the year.
Thanks, Marissa. Do we have any further questions on Friday night's game, Philadelphia and Toronto?
Hi, Jordan Maxwell for NLL.com. My question's for Terry. You got into a lot of penalty trouble last week. They put up 5 power play goals. How do you plan on combating the power play in this game?
Well, if you want to know the truth, I'd end up getting fined. But we have to be a little more disciplined. There's no question about it. We're not a very high penalized team, so I think not just the teams have to show up to do a good job on any given night. So we'll leave it at that.